name is Sonia Samponia, and I am the host on today's show. Yugita will be joining me as a co-host. Today's report will be on distracted driving. Today's broadcast will cover what exactly is distracted driving, the different types of distractions that there are, and the neurological aspect that affects the brain while being impaired while driving. But we'll get to that a little later with Rashembra Sante. What exactly is distracted driving? Distracted driving is any activity that could divert a person's attention away from the primary task of driving. All distractions endanger driver, passenger, as well as the safety of bystanders. Here to tell us a little bit more about distracted driving is my co-host Yogita.
Problem. There are many types of distractions that can contribute to being distracted while driving. These distractions can include visual, mechanical, as well as combination distractions. In terms of combination distractions, this includes both visual and mechanical distractions, such as the handling or retrieving of an object, such as a CD or mobile device. This also includes the participation of personal grooming.
Thanks so much, Yugita. Here to tell us why cell phones contribute to a higher risk of getting into motor vehicle accidents, here is Rashembra coming to you live from California's Neurological Clinic to give us a little bit more information on distracted driving and the impacts it has on your brain.
Thank you, Sonia. Hello, my name is Rashembra. I'm here reporting live from the California's Neurological Clinic. I'm here to talk to you about the effects distracted driving has on your brain. I'll be speaking to you about brain overload. Our brains are not capable of multitasking. The brain cannot perform two things at one time. One will have a slower reaction and even exhibit some sort of tunnel vision. When the brain is overloaded, it filters out the information it receives for processing. Epidemiological research shows that when drivers engage in cell phone conversation, they experience a term known as brain drain. This causes the brain to shut down many of its key functions which are necessary for the driver to understand and react to changes in the road. We can simply become blind to what's right in front of us. Now I'll be discussing the selective attention aspects of distracted driving. When people participate in multiple cognitive tasks at once, our brain becomes overloaded and make one task primary and the other secondary without even recognizing it. For example, when someone is on the phone while they are driving, the task of driving itself becomes secondary to the phone conversation, and this happens without the individual even realizing it. When driving becomes a secondary task for the brain, this is when driving becomes impaired. This impairment can take several forms, one of which is called intention blindness, and the other which is referred to as tunnel vision. Now that we are aware of the neurological aspects of what goes on in our brain while we are distracted when driving, let's focus on the 5 things to remember. Remember, there are 5 things that you should remember. Number 1, all distractions are not the same. They have different levels of risk and crash involvement. Number 2, cognitive distraction is real. It's not where your hands are at, it's where your head is at. Teens are the highest risk group. Number 4, hand-free laws will likely not be effective in reducing the risk of crashes unless they remove the use of cell phones altogether. Number 5, the number 1 driving distraction that causes the most crashes is the use of cell phones.
Rashembra, now to conclude this segment of distracted driving, I'm going to briefly touch on the important aspects that we talked about. Firstly, we should remember that there are different types of distracted driving, many of which not only create tunnel vision, but also contribute to a term known as brain drain, which we talked about earlier. Secondly, we should remember that being distracted when driving can increase the risk of accidents, which was shown in this scenario. And thirdly, the increased incidence related to distracted driving has become a major epidemic, which has flourished in the most recent years. Well, that's all we got for today. Thank you so much for tuning in to YSR in today's news segment on distracted driving. And remember to tune in to us tomorrow to talk about the sudden population growth within Canada.